welcome to another edition of Pop Profiles, the show that brings you the life stories of the world's biggest music stars. And appearing as today's pop star of choice, we have New York's very own Jennifer Lopez.
She's a risk taker, for sure.
She's had a lot of hit songs and a lot of hit albums, and you know, she's just been very, very smart about working with the right people.
She's kind of like the basis of the American dream, if you will, because you have this girl that came from very humble beginnings from the Bronx and had dreams of being a star, and she kind of danced her way up to the top.
So what block is she singing about in this song? Ah, yes, the South Side Bronx, where little Jennifer Lynn Lopez was born. Hardly a luxurious part of the world, but through lots of dance classes, Jennifer managed to win herself a role as a fly girl on the popular comedy In Living Color.
I remember watching In Living Color growing up, and the Fly Girls, you know, they were all sort of dressed the same and acted the same, but somehow she got out of that very quickly, and, you know, they're probably all still sort of like cocktail waitresses or something by now, and she rose to the top.
She was relatively unknown in the show, and I think that was the appeal. We had a lot of people that just became breakout stars after that show. It really launched their career.
It certainly did. Cast member Jim Carrey would soon become the biggest comedian in the world. But Jennifer was more of a slow burner. She appeared in a few films, including Money Train with Wesley Snipes and Woody Harrelson, and won praise for her role in the biopic, Selena. But it wasn't until 1997's Out of Sight with George Clooney that Jennifer finally made a big name for herself as an actress. But it didn't seem long before she was launching a singing career.
When it was a gamble that Tony Mottola, the head of Sony Music, took, and he, you know, saw a lot of these crossovers were happening. A lot of people were making that jump and having a pop song, and she was only supposed to really be a one-hit wonder at the time. I mean, no one thought it would grow to become this huge thing.
It's always scary when you embark upon a new creative project. You know, when you start to make an album, like I said, you start, and there's always this weird time where you're like, I want to start making music, but am I ready? And do I have a point of view? What do I want to do? You know, what am I going to say? What is it going to be? And so it always is a little frightening at the beginning. But like I said, then there's one song that comes in that kind of kickstarts your creative juices flowing. And then all of a sudden you're just like, this is what I want to do. This is what I want to say. That's what it has to sound like. We need another horn, you know, and then manic, crazy person in the studio constantly day and night. And then, you know, and then that's just what it is.
I feel like there's a good precedent for actresses kind of moving in that direction, and it seems like her background is just performance in general, so it wasn't a surprise. I think for her to go from dancer to actress was a big jump too, and she already, once she did that, it was kind of like, what else is she going to do? So knowing that she had that desire and that passion, I feel like it was kind of a natural thing for her.
She's starting to be noticed as an actress, and she was getting critical acclaim, and she was like, wait a minute, but I have these other tricks up my sleeve.
Sony is producing a lot of people like that at the time. I mean, it was everyone from Tatiana Ali from The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, you know, the list goes on and on. So when they took Jennifer Lopez, it was like, oh, let's try this as a novelty. They put out her first hit, If You Had My Love, and it ended up becoming a huge hit, and then every other song ended up becoming a huge hit. So it was sort of the career that wasn't supposed to be, but she had a good team behind her. She had her boyfriend at the time, Puff Daddy, P. Diddy, sort of engineering everything, and his manager, Benny Medina, took her on, and it ended up becoming this total package.
I think her relationship with P. Diddy made sense at the time because she was a rising star, and I feel like that's when he was also kind of coming into his element in terms of being a little bit king of the world, and it seemed like they were this kind of royal couple that merged a lot of different things, and she had acting and dancing and singing, and he had music and all of his other enterprises, so it kind of felt like this meant to be couple at the time.
It's always a good thing to back up your first hit with another, and Jennifer certainly did that with Waiting for Tonight, which tapped into the excitement over the new millennium.
Waiting for Tonight is a really good song, and when I listen to it now, I feel like that was the song that everybody was playing at just everywhere. I'm sure it was a club song, but it was kind of a perfect dance anthem for that time, and the video had kind of a jungle theme, and then the glitter on her face, which was surprising, but it seems to fit in the club theme too, so it seemed like it all worked in the end.
I mean, I feel like even now to this day, I've been at Coachella or at different nightclubs or parties, and when the green lasers start up, a good 40% of the room starts singing Waiting for Tonight, even if, it's a Stones concert. So she's able to, like, take the green laser and to really, she made it her own, which I think is hard to do.
Yeah, Waiting for Tonight was an incredible dance track. It really set the tone for this very Miami, Ibiza, exotic feeling dance music, and it kind of ushered in a new era of that. I remember that it also came out at the time where there was this like sudden surgence of Latin pop, this Latin crossover pop from Ricky Martin to Enrique Iglesias, and Jennifer was the female in that equation. She was the one who sort of crossed that bridge.
But along with her hit single and a certain part of her anatomy, Jennifer was also becoming known for making statements on the red carpet.